Yo, what's up guys? Lightwater here. Um, Back with another video. This time, I'm going to be showing off, I guess you could call it, my rank 1 Council of Blood kill. But more importantly, we're going to be dissecting it and figuring out why it was the rank 1, what I could have done better, you know, all that shit. So, put things in perspective. The closest is 8.7k. I have 9.3, so comfortable lead for now, but it's interesting. This was probably one of the, I don't know, I wasn't really trying to like parse when we killed this boss, and it just sort of happened. One of the main reasons was I had a really good him, and I'll get into that, but regardless, whatever, we did it, it was good. Oh yeah, look, we can go over a couple things before we get into it. The raw healing was 12.5. Ironically, it's worth noting that despite it being the rank 1, if you sort by all healers, it doesn't actually make the front page. It's kind of funny, huh? Fucking holy priests are just in a sad state right now. But whatever, I still did my job, and I did good, I think. So we can watch it. Now, spoiler alert, by the way. This is the second time I've made this video because the first time I made it, the audio was all messed up. So I apologize if you hear a lot of annoying breathing. My noise gate was like super sensitive, and I just didn't feel like taking the time to like fine tune it for like an hour. So. I'm sure that if I was smarter, I'd just use like a regular mic or something, but hey, it is what it is. So, let's go watch the video. I should have had this up already. As far as Council of Blood went, I thought it was an okay fight. In my opinion, it was kind of boring. It felt really like just based off cooldowns, you know? And like, I don't know.
I didn't care who died on the day.
I went right.
When it was a cooldown meta, it's not like the most fun, you know. Let's see if we can back it up here. Okay, here we go. So, before the fight starts, you of course get your 20 stacks of palm. Here I didn't have my full stacks of my legendary, but it doesn't matter. So right here I do this really interesting thing. At least I think this is a good idea. I haven't really mathed it out. But 3 seconds before the fight starts, I cast my Kyrian Covenant ability. Now, one of the main reasons is I want it to explode right when we break, right when we do all the jumps. And I want it to be timed in such a way where I get the mastery buff, because I'm going to slam a Sanctify immediately, and it does a lot of healing. I'm also getting triple stacks by AoEing these guys each time. I'm using Ascended Nova. So, that was my opener, and I felt like it was pretty good. So you'll see here, I'm spamming. We're jumping, and we're linked, and right, boom, right there, it went off. Right, and topped everyone back up along with my Sanctify. And you'll notice I've done, you know, already 250,000 healing despite not actually casting a single healing ability. So I get links here. Is this the best quality we can get? Seems a little bit scuffed, but whatever. Better than nothing, I guess. We can increase it to there. What else? Drain Essence has come out. Yeah, for the most part, guys, like things are pretty boring. So I was trying to smite a lot. And I want to stay in position and not like mess anything up. So we're trying to stack it pencil tight. You'll notice I don't go for the orbs. I was running the versatility orb trinket just because it's like my highest item level piece. It's not the greatest. I don't know. I really don't have a good second trinket, unfortunately, and I don't really think there's good second trinkets. You know, I already have the one from Sire. So, anyways, I'm here to talk about the fight. Yeah. So. I guess I could fast forward this, but I'm just showing you guys the whole fight in its entirety. Yeah, just showing the dance here. Like, you should be a full man at this point, right? One thing I should. Oh yeah, that was a mistake. That's right, small mistake. But so I let a 2 stack here fall off on a Lucidity, and I opted on putting fresh stacks up. So that was a mistake, right? So I messed the 2 stack of palm up. Palm isn't like the greatest, but regardless, it's worth casting if you run Benediction, and I shouldn't let it fall off, right? There's also been several times in this fight where I let my legendary fall off. I think 3 times to be precise. That was an okay salve into the dance. I think it's here. Yes. Oh no, I caught it. That was really good. That was perfect timing. Perfect timing. You always want to wait until the absolute last second to refresh your legendary with flash heal, because there's a chance that you can get it for free with Surge of Light, right? That was a little bit of an early flashlight, but it's fine. We're just kind of trying to make things work. Here I'm just smiting, trying to help kill the boss faster. You know, one thing about Smite that's funny is that Smite only costs 100 mana, which is 0.2% of your mana. And I've done the math, and Smite's not necessarily that much of an HBS decrease that you think it would be, because of Surge of Light. So by the time you've spent as much mana as a Flash of Heal, you would have gotten a Surge of Light proc if you just spam Smites. So if there's downtime, just spam Smites. You know. Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah, huge, massive mistake here. So yes, we're hemming. Maybe I'm not, look, you can see I'm not really paying attention. So here we have a little bit of a conundrum. We have 5 seconds left on our legendary buff. We have Holy Word Sanctify off cooldown and the Palm. There's a lot of things we could be using. The Raid's, you know, missing quite a bit of health. My hem's finishing in some seconds. What is the proper choice here? I think the proper choice is to flash heal immediately to maintain the stacks, and then to cast Sanctify. So let's see if we do that. Flash heal. Oh, I did do that. Oh, why am I complaining? I thought I messed up. Okay, good. There's definitely some moments in here that I mess up, so I'm just being hypercritical. But you can see that split second decision, I made the right call. Here we go. Keep maintaining the buff. Boon of the Ascended to help burn down these ads. Yeah. And to help with movement during, you know, dodge the lunges. Stay, I think, nice. Keep the legendary buff up. It wasn't the greatest boon, but it was something nice. Get him with the Serenity. Now that surge right there, that was a bit of a panic surge, and it was technically bad. Right here. My legendary buff's not about to fall out. I'm basically done moving. I'm in position. Why am I using my Surge of Light proc here? It's pointless. So this is a mistake. Maybe I need to make better weak auras in the future, because that's not okay, right? So we waste a Surge of Light proc here for no good reason. Yeah. Just spamming out some heals. Nice, refresh the buff. Surprised I'm still smiting during all this damage coming out. Okay. Wait, was that another mistake? Smite. Wait, that was a mistake. Did we have 2 stacks of Surge of Light? Whoa. Oh, do you guys see what just happened there? Let me see if I can slow it down. 0.25. Here we go. So, something interesting is going to happen. This smite is going to hit. And I immediately, on this flash shot here, wait, let me see. It's this smite right here, right? Okay, let me see if I can figure out what's going to happen here. Why did I get 2 Surge of Light procs there? Wait, what? Why did I get 2 Surge of Light procs there? Well, I'm like baffled right now. Okay, let's roll it forward a little bit here. At like half speed. Okay, no Surge of Light procs. I'm going into this with a smite. I don't understand. Oh, interesting. Okay, I found out, guys. Alright, ready for this? Watch this. I feel like nobody cares, but I care a lot. Watch this. I'm going to hit Desperate Prayer here. The Desperate Prayer proc the other Surge of Light. So, you know, you're not really expecting to get back-to-back surges, but regardless, I should have been able to figure that out and play properly, right? So this might proc 2 surges. It should just be 1 surge right now. Now it should be Serenity, but I waste another surge instead of Serenity. So that's a mistake. Yep. I don't know what I'm waiting for. I know I'm jumping, but I have plenty of time left. I should spam heal the rate up before I'm jumping. Now hopefully I jump here. Okay, I palm. Oh, no, come on, use your Sanctify. This is a mistake, right? A little late on the Sanctify. Could have been used a little bit earlier. Definitely a couple seconds late. Let's speed it back up to real time. Good, good. Okay, we have palm on cooldown. Got a refresher buff. Nice. Got a lucky Surge of Light proc there. What a location to have to run to. Now this is regrettable. There's not much we can do about that. In this case where you lose your buff while running from Legendary, I would just cast 1 Flash Heal. Assuming you have the mana for it, assuming you're at full mana, right? Because you're casting these on the full health targets, and that's not a good feeling. So only if you have the mana for it will you refresh this buff to make sure you don't overcap on mana regen. Otherwise, you want to slowly cast them through a mixture of Surge of Lights and healing people who actually need it, right? That was a close one. I almost messed up the run. See right there, I was able to get the last couple of the stacks with Surge of Light procs, so that was good. Right now, I should since I'm running, I'm focusing on mechanics, but I really should have palmed right there. So maybe I need to add palm to like an easy cooldown macro to myself just to cast it. There's no reason why I should have been waiting there. So here we're just heal spamming. That would have been a good moment to Desperate Prayer. I think I tried to push it, but I didn't really allow any time for it. Hopefully we sit on this. So okay, that's a mistake. So anytime you accidentally use a Surge of Light proc when the legendary is not showing up on the right is a mistake. Right here. I've still got plenty of time left on my legendary. 8 seconds. Why do I use a Surge of Light flash heal here? It makes no sense. I should save it. So big mistake. And I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean it does a little bit of healing. I should have just saved it. And then I would use it right now. So all these tiny little ways of min-maxing, they really do add up. This was a curious event that happened. We had a lunge go through about 15 raid members. I mean, shit happens, I guess. Okay, that's a bad flash heal. Man, there's actually so many mistakes. It's insane. Maybe I need to make really work on my weak auras or something. So right here, Serenity is going to be coming up in 1 second, right? I should have just waited the half second and one-shot frames to full health or one-shot the tank to full health, but instead I trade it to get 1/4 of a flash heal cast off when I have 9 seconds till the legendary. So if I was going to cast something, it should be heal. This is the complete wrong move. This is terrible. I should just wait for this and then be casting heals, not flash heals. Very, very, very bad. Just terrible. You can see I'm panicking a little bit. I don't know why I'm panicking. Because the whole raid got hit with a dash. But it's just not, panicking that doesn't ever do anyone any good. Okay, this is also bad. Why am I sitting on a Sanctify when clearly the raid needs to be sanctified? And I'm casting another heal for whatever reason. Yeah, not the best. This is a good salve. Hit everybody beautifully. Really good timing. Into the Divine Hymn. Yeah, those did work together. I chose to do the jumps there, which was probably best for the raid overall. Unfortunately, it comes at the cost of my legendary stacks. So, you know, it is what it is. And okay, so here's an interesting move I make. I know that my legendary stacks have fallen off, and I know there's ads. So rather than try to spend all the mana to bring them up, I'm just going to use my Covenant ability for the full 10 seconds instead of, you know, what would be normally like the 8.5 seconds and then refreshing the legendary, essentially nerfing my Covenant because I have to maintain my legendary, right? Here, I'm like, screw it, my stacks already fell off, let's just do a Covenant. Just use Boon of the Ascended. So, we get a pretty good Boon of the Ascended. I help clean up the ads. I'm doing decent little splash AoEs on everybody, right? Because, you know, we're at 10 stacks of the dot, so it's perfect healing. The explosion comes out, does a fair chunk of healing. Now we're flash healing to get back to things. Now, this is a moment where I know there's nothing to heal. So rightly so, I'm doing damage. I even threw in a Holy Fire there. I even put Shadow Word Pain on the boss, right? Just trying to do as much damage as possible. I generated a Surge Light proc, which I used. So despite not actually healing, I managed to use smites and clever uses of Surge Light procs to get back to 4 stacks. This was good. This is good. And now it's time to heal again, and now I'm going to flash it. And I think I used PI here, yep. And now it's heal spam time with the Sanctify, or heal spamming, or heal spamming, or heal spamming. Yep. Nice. Beautiful reaction time there on the Sanctify. I'm just target selecting. Good refresh on the Legendary. Very smart. We're just spamming heals, spamming heals, spamming heals, spamming heals. I think I make up for a lot of HPS in this moment. You know, those heals are hitting really hard. I think each heal on average is something going to be like 25k because the trail. So it's just 25k, 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 just over and over and over. Reliable, targeted healing. It's one of the reasons I think Holy Priest is actually super underrated, is because with the heal legendary you can really target focus pretty well. That was not the best right there. I get knocked and I'm sort of panicking for whatever reason. I'm like, look, after this heal I got a Surge Light proc, right? But again, legendary has plenty of time. I think I just wanted to cast me on the move. I see this guy has Cauterize, the tank's low. I pumped one Surge Light, another Surge Light proc, I pumped that into him, and then I pump another one. So we pumped 3 Surge Light procs, there was a lot of RNG, into flash heals, and we didn't really need them, right? One would have been fine, so we don't overcap, but, and there really wasn't anything I was moving. I'm just sort of panicked at this point, honestly. And I really don't know why. We had a lot of pools on this boss, so yeah, we should do an Arcing Torrent. Good. I have a Surge Light proc up. I couldn't help but use it. That was stupid. I should have waited. We shortchanged that Symbol of Hope. Should have just done it at the end of the dance, to be honest. But it's fine. I think I thought, you know, there won't be any time at the end of the dance or something. I don't know what I thought. Another reason why it's worth doing at the end of the dance is you have your 15% haste or 18% haste from the dance. So you can get that Symbol of Hope done really fast. That was a big mistake right there. So I chose to palm blind when clearly Frames has a 5 stack that's about to run out of palm. A 5 stack of palm, who knows how much healing I just lost because of that. That's on average 1.25 renews because of Benediction. That's 5 hits of like 4k. I mean, I easily lost somewhere in the ballpark area of like 35,000 healing by that one mistake alone. Right? Not good. Terrible. I have a lot of things I can work on. This number should be much higher, honestly. Or at least my raw should be much higher. That was bad. Okay, let's rewind. So here we go. Let's see. Okay, so we just fixed the legendary stacks. They're at 5. We have a Surge Light proc. We see that there is a Serenity, right? There's nothing really to heal. So this doesn't make any sense. Like, I should just cast one smite here, wait for this to come off cooldown, and then hit him with a Serenity. But I panic, and I'm just like, I gotta use this surge. But look, both my holy words are off cooldown. Should just slam a Serenity into him and be smiting right now. Smiting. Now some damage came out. Now you can sanctify if you want, right? I don't like how slow I am with the Sanctifies either. I need to make a cast at mouse macro or something. Or maybe cast at person over here. Okay, here's another small mistake, right? I don't need to move all the way over here. I just need to move like a step back, like these people are doing, or a slight step to the right. So, lots of movement mistakes. Also, my targeting selection right now is poor. Hopefully I switch to dog here very soon. Yeah, okay. See, and then because they're on their way back, I have to move, so I lost movement. But if I was over here, I would still be hard casting, right? So, just a mistake. Panicking probably because we're getting close to the kill here. These guys didn't jump on time, which kind of messed the healing up a little bit. That flash shield was bad. So I had refreshed the legendary. This heal is obviously going to get Serenity off cooldown, obviously. So I should be looking for my next target to Serenity, because right here. Should be looking for my next target to Serenity. Vaporize, Endeavor, Frame, Shivsies, anybody, right? But no, I decided to cast a Flash Show. Why? Who knows? I've got plenty of time left on my legendary. This is a huge blunder. Massive mistake. Yeah, I got a lot of work. Definitely got a lot of work I gotta work on. For sure, for sure. Okay, there's another little mistake, right? So that heal, that's a weird one. I should just see how Sanctify is about to come off cooldown right here. I should just have I should have just had Sanctify go. The GCD would have carried over from Sanctify, and then I could have immediately cast this. Right, this heal is completely unnecessary here, but this is still worth, I guess. This is like an HBS choice, but it's not a throughput choice. This is bad for mana, right? Because this is almost about to come off cooldown. I could have just waited. I could have cast this and then to that. Also, I have Boon of the Ascended up, right? So what you want to do is you want to dump these holy words, refresh your stacks. Yep, straight in the Boon of the Ascended. Now, I don't think I do very much with this Boon of the Ascended. I just kind of piggyback off the mastery portion of it. So we've got the mastery buff from Pelagos going on right now, which you can see represented here. I did manage to get out a decent number of stacks, but I'm no longer going to be focusing on getting stacks. I'm going to shortchange it, and I'm going to go straight into a him. I think that was the proper decision, and I lose my stacks from my legendary, but I know the fight is almost over, and we just need to make sure we survive this last part. So I slammed the him with all the buffs, the Spirit Link, and you can see it does wonders for the raid. And there was the explosion of the Covenant ability that kind of kicked it a little bit more. You can see a bunch of 1500s, 3k. It's not much, but it definitely helps. All the while the mastery buff is still going. And then we missed a kick, so I had to do some master spell there, I think, along with the other two Shadow Priests. And that's pretty much the fight. I mean, you could see it was getting pretty bad there at the end. All in all, I think my performance was good. But I think people would be surprised to find out just how many nuances and how hypercritical you can be on yourself as a Holy Priest, and how much room you can have, like with heads up plays, especially on the Holy War cooldowns, maintaining using palms on cooldown, keeping up your legendary stacks, and managing your movement, right? Moving during instant cast, saving Surge Light procs for the right moment, right? Constantly refreshing your legendary at the last possible chance. It all adds up. And I think even I made significant changes after this fight to my playstyle, and I think it's really showing, because in our sludge progression, I'm like reliably 10, 11, 12k HPS, just like the whole time, and that's a pretty awesome feeling. I think those are pretty decent numbers, so I'm kind of just trying to push Holy Priest to its max right now, because I really don't feel like getting up another character that's like more meta and maybe better, like Holy Paladin or Resto Shaman. But I hope this is hope for you holy priests out there that, you know, if you guys are looking at logs and you're feeling kind of weak, I don't really think it's disputable, guys. I really think that the heal legendary is the only way you're going to ever do any decent healing for multiple reasons. A, you're kind of a salve bot. It's the only way you're going to get salve off cooldown really fast. I've tested on some test dummies, and I was able to get salve's cooldown down to 3 minutes, 3 minutes 15 seconds. Obviously that's unrealistic because you're not going to be spamming the entire time, but I quite often get 4.5 minute salves all the time. And it does a lot of my healing. Salve is responsible for a lot of my healing. Between him and Salve, I mean, it's something along the ballparks of like 30-35% of my healing, right? It's a big chunk of your character. And most of that is obviously Salve, right? Salve is about 20% of your healing. So, final thoughts. We can look through and see some things. I don't believe I got innervated. I usually try to give the innervates to the rest of shamans, so no really cheesing there. I can kind of show you guys like a summary, my thought process on like gear choices and stuff. We need to look at me. So you guys can tell that I run literally 0 haste for this fight. Haste is a completely dead stat if mana is relevant. If mana is not relevant, then haste is really good until it becomes relevant, right? So haste is honestly one of those weird feely stats, right? You only need as much, you want to bring haste, but the second you start ooming, you need to lose the haste because it matters. It literally means nothing. The only thing haste scales on is 10% of your healing, and that's your basically your salves renews and your benedictions renews. Other than that, your HPS isn't actually increased, or your healing per mana spent is not increased. So it's worth knowing that, right? And that was a change I made for Sludgefist. I realized, oh, Sludgefist is a 5-minute fight. I can play a little bit more reckless with my mana here. I equipped a lot of my higher item level pieces that had haste on it, and I jumped up 1,000 HPS. I was like, oh shit, like it made that much of a difference. It really did. And then I made some improvements to my playstyle, and yeah, those are the biggest things. I'm slacking on this. I need to get a 213, and I think I just need to run Mythic Plus. So, but ultimately, I don't think it changes like the rotation too much. But who knows? In the long run, it might matter. Let's see. Yeah, here's my talents: Trail, Feather, Cosmic Ripple, Censure, Surge, Benediction, Salvation. I'm mostly gems for Mastery. I did run the 1 Intellect gem because it slightly edged out the Mastery. I guess we could look at Cast. I was pretty good about using my mana, I think. Yeah, that's pretty much what you want to see there. I just used the instant mana pots. Definitely probably could have done sleepy pots to get more mana back in Windows if I was smarter. So there's definitely an area I can improve on. An okay Symbol of Hope. But in a 9-minute fight, I could have Symbol of Hoped in the first 4 minutes if I wanted to get a little bit of mana here. Not really worth it though. I would rather just do the damage. Healing Breakdown. It's just a lot of heals cast. What's actually surprising is for a 9 almost 10-minute fight, 75 heals is actually not that much. To be completely honest, like I can spam way more heals than that, you know. I expect to get somewhere around like 30 heals per minute. So, you know, this fight was a lot more about like doing smites. I had to cast a lot of flash heals. Like you don't want to see this. Like the flash heal count should never be as high as the heal count. Now I know a lot of these were Surge of Light procs. We did get quite a bit lucky on the Surge of Light procs. I did feel like, so that was definitely one boon. I wonder if we can see how many individual Surge of Light procs we had. Not seeing it. Am I blind? Oh, right here, Surge of Light. 30 procs. 30 procs for how many total casts of the fight? 424. Oh, that's about right. So, yeah, we just had a lot of casts from things. I don't think it'll proc off a lot of these little weird things though, but also not gonna proc off obviously off mana pot or anything. All in all, I think it was a good fight. I did okay. We learned a lot though, right? Just goes to show, even if it's a rank 1, there's plenty of things you can learn and do better on. And ultimately, even if there's not that much to heal, you can always work on your DPS or your raw HPS depending on the fight, right? Moving forward into farm, I'm always going to look to practice on mythic bosses and try to pump my raw HPS up to the absolute maximum possible, right? Yeah, so like I want to blow past 12.5k, right? There's people out there doing 15k raw, and I would like to at least pretend Holy Priest is a competitor for that spot. So I'm looking for ways to try to improve my raw HPS a lot more. There is the obvious things like, you know, I should probably be doing more Stygia farm to get full sockets. I should be doing 10 Mythic Plus a week. There's a lot of like really grindy, sweaty things. I could get 2100 in PvP, upgrade 4 of my pieces. You know, I don't really want to do any of that. I kind of want to just work on my rotation. But yeah, all those things would give me a little bit of leg up, right? Getting like 3 more gem sockets would be like 1.5% increase, obviously good. Getting 2100 would be like 2 item level to my whole character, 1 item level to my whole character, so that's like another 1, 2, 3% there. Possibly farming out the Mythic Plus and getting another choice and it being a decent upgrade might be another 1% next week. But yeah, it's just all really small percents. I feel like the biggest gain is just working on my rotation and improving that. So this video was way longer than I intended. Hopefully it's the audio is not terrible. Alright, thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys want to see more of these in the future. I did have another rank 1, I think, was Hungering, but I wasn't recording that night. But I think I did like 9 point something K too, and it was just a really good run all together. Very similar to this one, right? Good cooldown timings, just a lot of intense heal spamming. I'm looking forward to Sludgefist, and actually, before we go, since this video is already so long, why don't we just take a look at Sludgefist and see what the healing is even possible. Oh, that's it. Wow. I was expecting larger numbers, 11.7. I might be able to beat that. That would be so cool if just randomly is there even another Holy Priest on the page? Oh, that would be so epic. Wow, there's not. That would be so cool to get not just rank 1 but like the top in the world. But let's look at Holy Priest because that's really all I should be comparing myself to. 9.7. Okay. I'll do that in my sleep. That's gonna be fun. I look forward to hopefully putting up a good number for Holy Priest. Yeah, I don't understand what's wrong with the community. Harmonious Apparatus is actually not an HPS increase at all. I don't understand. Like, Enlightenment is so trash. And on such a short fight too, like they don't understand. You're not going to regenerate that much mana. In a 5-minute fight, you start with 1 mana pool and you're going to regenerate like 2.5 mana pools. So, and this is assuming that mana directly turns into increased HPS, which it doesn't. This would only net you something like 6% increased healing or something. But the problem is, as I've stated before, 30-40% of your healing just comes from cooldowns, right? Which, if you get more mana, you already were going to push those cooldowns anyway. So that 6% gets reduced by another 40%. So then it really becomes something like 3.5, and at that point, it's not that good. It's really just gonna get blown out of the water by like other things, right? I don't understand how like people think Enlightenment's good. Hell, ironically, you know, it'd be better than Enlightenment, the Renew thing, because at least then all of your salvation healing would be increased by 10%. Right? That's funny. Trail of Light is clearly the winner. Obviously, it's the winner if you're taking Flash Concentration, right? So yeah. Okay. Video is too long. Thanks for watching. I hope to get another rank 1 and do another Sludgefist review, and we can see what I did right, see what I did wrong, nitpick it, be lots of fun. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry I'm not really playing any of the healers, just kind of taking it easy, chilling, enjoying life. Yeah. Like, for the most part, I'm just kind of taking it back this raid tier, considering all the things that have sort of happened. So, next raid tier, maybe I'll try to play more healers. I mean, of course, I'm going to always do the theory crafting, and I look forward to seeing what they give us, but I'm content right now. My Holy Priestess, we're still doing it. We're doing alright. It would have been interesting to see where I would be at if I was a Holy Paladin. I somehow think I'd be doing a lot better, but hey, we take these. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.